Hi, Professor Jacobs. My name is Wesley Stone, and I am grateful for the opportunity to share my thoughts on virtues and character formation in education. As teachers, the way we live out our values deeply influences how students see learning, integrity, and even themselves. Virtues are those inner strengths and habits that shape who we are and now how we serve others. I believe they are essential for creating inclusive, life-giving classrooms. When I think about the virtues that best describe me, I identify 4 that guide my teachings, one from each domain: civic, moral, performance, and intellectual. My civic virtue is hard work and discipline. I've learned that structure, consistency, effort communicate care to students. When I show up prepared, hold high expectations, and model perseverance, my students learn that excellence is not about perfection, but it's about commitment. Hard work sets the tone for fairness and responsibility within the classroom community. My moral virtue is compassion and understanding. Each child walks into the classroom with a unique story, and as educators, we must listen. Compassion allows me to create a safe and inclusive environment where all students, no matter their background or ability, seem valued and seen. Compassion does not mean lowering expectations. It means meeting students where they are and walking them towards growth. My performance virtue is commitment and growth mindset. As a personal trainer, I can relate to this especially. I remind my students often that my mistakes are opportunities to learn. This perspective helps me model humility and persistence. When students see their teacher trying, failing, trying again, they understand that learning is a journey, not a race. Finally, my intellectual virtue is curiosity and reflection. I strive to be a lifelong learner, exploring new teaching strategies, technologies, perspective. Curiosity helps me appreciate diversity and encourages my students to think critically and creatively. Together, these virtues build an inclusive classroom by promoting structure, empathy, resilience, and open-mindedness. They shape a learning experience where students are challenged but supported, where differences are respected, and where every child can thrive. Virtues most critical to my role as an educator are compassion and discipline. These virtues align deeply with the Christian aspect of Imago Dei. The belief is that every person is created in the image of God. Recognizing that the truth reminds me that every student has inherent worth and potential, teaching through this lens means I can approach students not as problems to solve, but as individuals to nurture. Character formation to me means intentionally developing the habits and virtues that shape moral and intellectual growth. As Thomas Lickana, 2020, explains, character formation is the process of cultivating inner virtues that guide right action and community flourishing. For me, that means students grow not only in knowledge, but also in kindness, integrity, and wisdom. In my classroom, I plan to foster character formation through 3 main strategies. First, I will model virtues daily, treating students with respect, admitting mistakes, celebrating perseverance. Second, I'll integrate reflection time, inviting students to think about how they've shown virtues like patience or teamwork during the week. Third, I'll connect virtues to our lessons using stories, group work, or classroom discussions to highlight moral lessons and ethical choices. To continue developing my own character, I plan to engage GCU's Grand Canyon Center for Character Education, participate in professional development on social emotional learning, and keep reading research on virtue and moral education. Practices like prayer and journaling also keep me grounded and self-aware. In conclusion, I believe that teaching is an act of service and formation. And when we embody compassion, discipline, and curiosity, we not only educate the minds, but shape hearts. By striving to live with virtue, we reflect on the love and image of God in every student we serve. Thank you.